Podcast. It's kind of an emergency episode today, and that's not because we're still in a hook wave. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're still very much recording in the middle of a heat wave and drought, whatever you want to call it. We even got alerts. Yes, on So we're recording this on the 17th of August, and on the Friday. At about 7 o'clock, so I'd literally just finished recording an episode. We got an emergency alert off the government saying that we're near wildfires, and oh my god, it's so horrible. So in the UK, the government in a crisis can send alerts to our phones, but the noise it makes is so loud. It's so loud. It literally takes you by surprise. You know, and I swear to God, if we had recorded the episode we were doing, if that had been going on for maybe 2 or 3 minutes extra, chances are the alert would have got off during it, it would have picked up on the show, and that would have ruined the show. I think this is our first proper one, because so far, all we've had so far is just tests. Yeah! I think this might be the first proper time that it's actually gone off, because all the previous times beforehand have been just tests, and we've been told we're going to expect tests. But I think it's the first time I had a emergency alarm got. Yeah, so that's how you can tell how bad the heat wave's got. Yeah. So it's been a bit of a hectic weekend, because we had that. Then obviously it's been D23, and then yesterday we got this very alarming news regarding the Austrian national team. And it's quite alarming, actually. Now, I had a chance to skim read for this yesterday, lady, because obviously I was still knackered from D23, of course. So we can now look at it together and just share our thoughts. Okay? So here we go. So get that up on the screen. Right, here we go. So the Austrian women's team levels allegations against Austrian Ice Hockey Association over poor standards. Austria's women's national team is heading to the top division of the IHF World Championships in November, but the team is speaking out against the poor treatment they've received from their federation. Oh no. And are threatening to not attend Worlds. Oh god. We're about to start our team previews. Yeah. We're about to start our team previews. Yeah. And Austria is going to be the 5th team preview, because we're doing Group A first, and then we're going to do Group B second. So Austria is the 5th week of the previews. I say, lady, we still let that team preview be published, and any updates will come back up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So controversy is swirling within the Austrian Ice Hockey Association after members of Austria's senior national women's team, who will play in the top division of the IHF World Championships for the first time ever, labelled a plethora of allegations against their federation. Many of Austria's best players will remain out of the lineup due to the conflict as well. These veterans of Austria's national team are speaking out after the treatment players say staff and members of the national team are receiving, which are inaccessible in their eyes. We've got a quote here. You really. I am extremely disappointed by the way those charge are treating our staff and our players, and I refuse to identify with these barriers, said Austria's captain Maximilian, who spent the past 2 seasons in the future with the Armored Charge and Bank organised in a translated statement. If nothing else works, and this is the only way to bring those in charge to their senses, I am prepared to forego the World Championships so that next generation has a better start. Among the issues at hand are poor conditions facing the team. Veteran Antonia Matsukaya, who captained Holy Cross in the NCAA and played in the IHF with the Buffalo Buttes, has been another to speak out discussing some of the issues. So again, lady, you can read that quote, okay? At the times, we've had to sleep in bunk beds in our accommodation. In January, we had to change in a cabin without heat, and for team gear, we get the leftover stock with the men from the men's team. Are you serious? Carry on reading. Which, of course, doesn't fit us well. Oh! Which said Matsukaska in a translated statement. And despite personal comments of call-ups at very short notice. Oh, sorry. No, got read it again. Sorry, I messed that up. No. So last bit is, and despite personal commitments like work, college, or school, we're often notified of call-ups at the very short notice. Players disappointed of the firing of 3 key team staff members. The team is also not paid a per dime often used for food and other daily expenses while at tournaments or training camps. Oh my god. This is Austria, by the way. This is Austria. But this is by no means just about money. It's about equal treatment, said Matsukaga. It's no longer about performance, but only about hurting us. The association makes us feel like we're doing something completely unacceptable, yet we're simply fighting for equality. In part due to the conflict, Maximiliano Matska, Shapazol, and veteran like Lugin, Vaskolkas, and Wittek will not travel to a Four Nations event in Slovakia this month. Many opted out of a training session in May as well, but until the issue is resolved, Austria's top players will not compete, which with the nation's first ever appearance at the top division in the IHF World Championships only months away. Weeks now, really. Yeah, it's actually weeks now. Because when we start our previews next week, it's the final countdown. It'll be just weeks. Yeah. Enough is enough, Max Owner said. Under this hot leadership and these conditions, we will no longer play for Austria. Austria's Ice Hockey Players Union has also spoken out against the issue and conditions. According to the reports regarding the union and players' actions, Austria's women's national team submitted 9 recommendations to improve conditions for players in March, with none being confirmed as changes the Austrian Ice Hockey Association will make. The union questioned why the association has ignored the team and the needs of the athletes. The union also called for an investigation by Austria's Minister of Sports into the situation between Austria's women's national team and the Austrian Ice Hockey Federation. So basically, let's just so I got this right. Basically, they're equivalent to Lisa Nandy. Yes. Because our current sports and culture minister is Lisa Nandy. One of the few people who got to keep her job when the new PM came in. But, oh my god. I honestly don't know A, what to say, or B, how to feel right now. This is just disgraceful. This is just... It's 2026. How are we still in a position where women's athletes, women hockey players are being treated like this? How is this still a thing? It's not on. Now, I know we have throughout the Olympic cycle been saying each country is different, each federation is different, and structures their own way. But surely, even a federation like Austria should know that these conditions are not acceptable. They're doing nothing about it. It's like, oh my... I can't bear to be honest. What really shocks me here is the paragraph where I just basically was open mouth was where you read about how no condition, so they have to get changed in a cabin with no heating. So there's no... Oh god. And the team gear, they're basically given leftovers from the men's team. It's not lost on property. Oh god. Ugh. That is disgraceful. That is disgraceful. I mean, what kind of country are you running, Austria? Because you give us crap Eurovisions. Oh, don't start! Rotterdam! Save us, Dara! You give us crap Eurovisions, which basically insult my community. Should have just been one letter. H for human. I'm so glad I did not see that live. Because I would have been like, no. So, Austria gives us crap Eurovisions. And they can't even, and they don't even care about their athletes. I mean, they had to get change in a cabin? What the hell is that about? What the hell is that about? Were they playing pond hockey or something? I literally just want to pull this out. I literally just want to go, nah! This is actually making me want to pull my hair out. It's like, seriously? I don't even want to think about them having to wear men's uniforms. Nope. Of course they're not gonna fucking fit. Of course not. Of course they're not gonna fucking fit. Nope. Right. Oh my god. Right, the question I need to ask, because let's move away from the disgusting issues, because I think you and me are really struggling to talk about that. Yeah, because it's just making us all sick. So in order to give us like a decent quality episode that we can publish, let's talk about how this could affect the World Championship. Because we could try to talk about how this is wrong, it's disgusting, it's shameful, it's inhumane. We could say that to a blue in the face, but as you can tell, both me and Lady are struggling to even come and be on the camera. We just both think it's disgusting. Do you know what? After this, I think we need a biscuit. Crack the tin open. Yes, I think. Do you know what? I think after this, we all need a biscuit. Treat yourselves. You've earned it. Oh, because this is just shameful. So I feel what? I think later on we all earned ourselves a biscuit. Do you want to say which biscuit, George? I'll get crucified. No, come on. Tell the boys as well she paid a biscuit. White chocolate digestive. Oh. Love those. Yeah, so I think we all ourselves a biscuit. So we could keep trying to talk about how we feel it's disgusting, it's inhumane, it's wrong, but the thought of how it's just making us feel sick. So let's talk about how this could impact the World Championships. Now for Austria, can you get Austria's team records? Because I want to check the men's records as well. Yes. So I'll tell you. So for Austria, this is going to be their first time in the top tier of the World Championships. They outrightly won their group last year in Division 1A. And they're also going to be in our group. Yes. No, indeed. They're going to be in our group. So Group A, along with Germany, Czechia, Switzerland, and of course the USA. So very exciting. I actually am really looking forward to see what kind of team Austria's going to give us, because obviously we don't know much about Austria. They've never been in the Olympics. Nope. So this is really exciting, but now it could all be for nothing. Yeah. Could be. So yeah, so Austria's women's national hockey team they have not made any appearances in the Olympics, but their first appearance at the World Championships was all the way back in 2004, where they actually, in their first appearance, they won Division 3 and got promoted to Division 2. And they've been slowly working their way up the ranks. They won Division 2 in 2008, so got promoted to Division 1. And then that's where they stayed all the way up to this last year. Because last year they won Division 1A and promoted to the top tier. So since 2008, they've been in Division 1A. Yep. And their worst year was in 2014 when they were 5th, and their best performance before 2025, they've come 2nd quite a few times. Okay, so that's the women's side. The men's team, she wanted to just I'll just compare that real quickly. Okay, so that's Austria's women's team. Now on the men's side, this should be interesting. Now on the men's side, they were last in the Olympics back in 2014 in Sochi, where they came in 10th place. And in terms of World Championships, their first appearance was back in 1930. And over the years, they have had some experience in Pool B and even Pool C. Just do what they did last year, George. Last year they, if I've got that record. Last year they were in the top division, where they came 8th. And I could also give you this year as well. This year they got to the group stage and came 11th. Okay. So the men haven't had that much success either. Nope. And yet they think they're better than the women. Yep. The way it Sadly, ladies, the way the world works. Disgusting. Disgusting. So, how do we think this could have an impact on the World Championships coming up on November the 6th in Denmark? Well, I don't think it would mean Austria has to pull out altogether. No. What I do think is you might see, right, so let's say the top players refuse to go to Denmark. You will then probably see Austria having to basically pull college students. So those who are literally just starting their uni courses, graduate programs, So that I can see happening. They go for like the college levels and call for them up to fill the roster spots, which in that situation would basically just see the team get annihilated. Yeah, because it would not stand a chance against the USA or Czechia, and probably would not fancy the chance against Switzerland either, because Switzerland are going to feel like we've got the bronze medal from the Olympics under our belt. That's the momentum we need to really have a good tournament. Yes, agreed. So I don't think we should start alarm bell ringing, panicking, or that means Austria's going to withdraw and it just throws the tournament into absolute chaos. I don't see that happening. Right. What I can see is the professional players say no. They say no, and then that means the program has to then call up college players to fill the roster. I could honestly see that happening. But if that does happen, then I think Austria's chances of getting relegated then increase. Because I think we all feel going into this tournament, it's either going to be, it's most likely probably going to be Austria and Denmark play in the relegation game on November 13th. One of them stays, the other goes. Now, Austria has to then field juniors instead of professionals. That would then probably increase the chances of Austria having to play in the relegation game. Now, Denmark, we know in the past, has had previous appearances at the top tier. And probably, say, they did get relegated this year, could easily find a way back in, say, probably in a few years' time. Now, Austria, this is their first time getting into top tier. And it's taken that program years to get a position, well, to be in a position to be promoted. Over the years, they've been either second, third, or fourth in Division 1A. So for them last year to win Division 1A outright was just an incredible achievement for them, knowing that they're going to be going to the top tier for the first time ever. Huge achievement. Yeah. So you kind of wonder, could this be, if they get relegated, could it then take them years to get back up? That's how I kind of feel. Yeah. So for Austria, you know how important the group stage is going to be, because if you are not one of those top 4 in the group, then you will be playing that relegation playoff game on the 13th. And actually, the 13th is a very busy day, because obviously we've got the relegation game at 10 o'clock our time, and then all 4 quarterfinals take place on that day. It's going to be a very exhausting night for us all. And it's also Friday the 13th, so make that what you will. make that what you will. Not that hockey players are superstitious or anything, but only in books and telly. I know where you're going. Don't stop. Just like a little light relief for you. No, I've got other ways to do light relief. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I don't think there's any worry about Austria not being at the Worlds. They will be at Worlds. It's just their roster might look a lot different compared to what we thought it was going to be going into Worlds this year. And I personally feel that if conditions haven't changed by when we go to see Waitress again, so that's Halloween, because that's 5 days before the tournament. Yes. Oh, hang on, 6. Yes. 5 days will be the first. Stop. No, sorry, no. Because those 2 weeks are going to be very busy. Because I've got Waitress on that, and then the following day before I've got the event. Yep. No. So we go to see Waitress again on Halloween. If by that point, if conditions have not changed, then I think then I think the professional players should not go to Worlds. And I would support them in doing that. If conditions haven't changed by Halloween, then I think the professional players are very much in their right to say, you know what, we're not going. And it would be a shame for them, because how many opportunities are they going to have to represent their country in the top tier of the professional stage? Exactly. But if they think it's a price worth paying, then who are we to say, no, don't do it, ladies? No. Do you? Absolutely. Absolutely think that if conditions don't change, then yeah, absolutely say, you know what? No. No, we're not going. Shove it up your ass. That's his duck. Kiss my gay A. We got more. Yeah. So I think that would be a fair deadline. I think that would be a deadline, because after that it'd be too late. We would have to then get the team to Worlds. But I think, yeah, by Halloween, nothing's changed. You know what? Say no. Yeah, just say no. We're not doing it. We're not going. Get someone else to do it. Yeah, but it'd be a shame. It's just... You're right. I'm going to go back to what you said at the start of the show, George. How is it that we're in 2026 and yet we're still seeing stories like this in our sport? I guess it's good. How is it? No, it's not on. No. But I think that this is a good reminder that our work is not done. Our work is not done. Because a lot of people probably would think, oh, the PHL now as a proper league for women to have on the pro level, that should mean all problems are over, right? Well, no, they're not. Because the PHL is only in North America. There are other countries around the world who have their own hockey programs, own hockey leagues, and they decide what happens in those respective leagues. And what I think is a good reminder of what I'm trying to teach the next generation is that you have to still behave as if this could be taken away from you tomorrow. Because one of the things I'm going to envy the most about the next generation of hockey supporters that's going to, well, the women's hockey, yeah. Do I start there again? Yeah. Yeah. Because it's important we get this right. Yeah. One of the things that envies me the most about the next generation of women's hockey supporters is you won't have to go through what I had to go through in 2010, where you only get it, and that deck is hard. Where you only get it once every 4 years. You're constantly scrambling to work out when the next one's going to be. You know, because for you guys, you will have this every single day, 24/7, 365 a year, 366 once every 4 years. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm trying to teach you guys is you can't behave as if, we're in the promised land now. You still have to act as if this could all be taken away from you this time tomorrow. While obviously the next generation is not going to have to go through the things that we went through. I mean, to quote Jinty Rose, pioneers walked so we could run. Yep. That song lives rent free in my head. As it should! As it should! That now needs to be your power. As it should! Your women's hockey outfit. That should be in your head rent free. It should be. And no other song should have that right. So that would have to be the song I would have to pick. As in Desert Island Discs. Well, obviously in Desert Island Discs, obviously you pick 8 tracks. But at the end, the host asks you, if the tracks got washed away from sea, which one would you rescue to save? So. Well, you'd have to pick that one then, George. Over Demi Lovato! Yeah. Over Samantha Parks! Yeah. Over Taylor Swift! Yeah. Oh! Basically, any artist you can say, over McFly! Yeah. Over Maroon 5! Absolutely, they swear their heads off. Literally, any artist of yours that you listen to, even over Girls Aloud! Even over Shedder! Yeah. Get the point. It's just like, so we're trying to teach you guys is you've got to still behave as if this could all go away this time tomorrow. Even though a lot of the things that we're to go through, you won't to go through, you still got to act as if this could be taken away the next day. This is disgraceful. This is an absolute. This is a disgrace. What are you doing? I'm trembling. Liz Truss has just walked in the room. Oh no! Don't you take that back! Take that back now! Don't you dare compare me to that bitch! You don't want to acquire that? Don't you dare compare me to that bitch! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Actually, I have watched that speech in full. Didn't she go full deranged? And this was during the coalition government. This is when we Dems had power. Yep. She made that stupid speech. And who would have thought at the time that would be her most deranged moment? Nope! There was more! There was more. There was more. There was more. Couldn't even bother to go and attend her count. Nope. But, anyway. Oh, God. Did we take a seat, or was it Labour? I think it might have been Labour who took a seat, but we came close. Right. No. But I think it's just shameful that we are in a position where a country, in this day and age right now, has got terrible conditions for their athletes. And you know what I think is really disgusting, George? Is if this was the men's team. Oh, absolutely. Go on, make this point. In fact, do you know what? Why are you sitting there? Go to the camera and do it. Go to the camera, right? Go to the camera, girl. Go on. I know what she's about to do. Because you know what? I'm thinking to myself, right? You know what really gets on my tits? Lady, don't say that. Zach Polanski might be watching. Oh, God! Zach, don't mention tits. He might be watching. He might be watching. Don't say that. Are we allowed to use metaphor? No. Not while he's still leading the Greens. Right. Do you know what makes my blood boil? That's better. Do you know what makes my blood boil, right? I know George is thinking this too. You know what makes my blood boil? If this was the men's team that was going through this, then we would be bending over backwards to fix it. But because it's the women's team, nobody needs to bat an eyelid. How is that acceptable? How the fuck is that acceptable in 2026? 3 years on from the creation of the Professional Hockey League. Yeah. How is that acceptable? It's not. It's not acceptable. It should not be acceptable. But it just shows you how, for some of these countries, they just cannot compete with the rest of the world. And they just cannot, meet the same standards that we expect from countries who are higher up in the world rankings. I mean, Austria are now only a few weeks away from getting their team together, ready to take on the biggest stage of their lives. Yeah, and they're going to come into Worlds as massive underdogs because you're going to be in a group with us Americans. You're going to be in a group with Switzerland, who of course back in February won bronze at the Olympics. Yep. And they're going to prove to the world that that was not a fluke. Yep. And by world she means her husband Pluto. You've also got Czechia, who also feel like they're going to have something to prove because they did not meet expectations in Milano. Nope. And then Germany might fancy their chance of making knockouts. So, when you think about it, Austria's group is really difficult. Yeah. Because you've got the two teams that won Olympic medals this year. You've got Czechia, who've been in the bronze medal match for the last 4 years in a row. And you've got Germany, who've gone from Group B to Group A. Because their rankings are a bit higher. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So, this is not going to be easy for Austria. Nope. This will not be. This will not be easy for them at all. But if they can't field their top players, it's going to make it even harder for them to be able to compete on the world stage. Yeah. And we want to see, you and me, George, over the last years, I felt we want to see, these nations who haven't gone the world stage get their moment to shine. Yeah. Get their moment in the sun. Yeah. And Austria, I feel like, is one of those teams where if they go back down, so they get relegated back down to Division 1A, how long will it be before they can get back? So it's the same I feel with France, because obviously neither of us saw France, especially based on how they performed in Milan Cortina. Neither of us really saw France winning promotion to the top tier. No one saw that coming. Now, especially how quick a turnaround it was between Milano Cortina and Budapest. So with France, they're kind of in the same boat as Austria and Denmark. Is how if they go back down, how long will it take for them to go back up again? Especially for France, the pressure's on them even more because in 4 years' time we're all going to the Augsburg Olympics. Exactly. So we want to see nations like Austria, like France, get their moment in this top spotlight, get to the top tier, and show us that you can potentially compete with the best of the best. But how do you expect to do that if their top players are going to boycott, and rightly so? Yeah. 2026 is proved to be the year of boycotts. Yeah, you boycott Eurovision. I boycott Eurovision. And we might now see some boycotting in Worlds, but that will be on the programme's own head, be it. And if this has to happen, if the professionals feel like they have to not go, then they'll be on the federation's own damn heads. And if they get relegated, it will serve them right. And that will teach you to treat your players a lot better. So, as much as I don't want to see Austria get relegated, I would not be surprised if they do. Then basically we could all then basically just pin the blame on the people in charge of the Austrian Federation because it would be on you if the team gets relegated because you chose to basically treat your players like vermin. That's shameful. That is absolutely shameful. It's disgusting. Okay. Oh, we're really earning that biscuit. My blood is boiling right now. My honestly, I feel rage, I feel anger, I feel hate, I feel disgust. Every nasty emotion in my body, I'm feeling it right now. Because this is absolutely disgraceful. This is disgraceful. And lady, you point up brilliantly. If this was the men's team, they would have all been sorted out by now. Because the women's team, everyone feels, oh well, we don't need to put an iron, then do we? We don't even need to break a nail. Yep. or lose a handle of a handbag. Or rip someone's weed. Now that's a bit too far! That's too far! Sachet! Sachet! That film comes out on Friday. 21st. Comes out on Friday. Comes out on Friday. More than 2 months after it came out in America. Yeah. Because RuPaul went on the debut talk promoted by beginning of June. And I looked up for all sounds like a fun film before I go and see that. It's only going to come out now this week in the UK. So, do you want to borrow a pepper power? Nope. And some high heels? Nope. No, thank you very much. Anyway, but yeah, so I literally was just like, please tell me that's a joke. Please tell me that's not real. Tell me that's not real. How is it now in this day of age when we had the professional hockey league in existence? How is it we still are in a position where players are not being treated right? It's like history repeating itself, because obviously that's what happened in, I think it was 2019 on the North American side. Yeah. This is basically history repeating itself. And that obviously helped pave the way for the PHL to exist in the first place. Oh, God. I know. I can't handle it. So, Austria, seriously, sort yourselves out. You really need to sort yourselves out. Because you could potentially be throwing away your opportunity to perform well in the top tier. And all for what? So seriously, Austria, over these next 2 months, you have really got to sort yourselves out. Okay? Because these players who are threatening to not go to Worlds, they're serious. Take it at their word. They are serious. They are about before going to Worlds. Okay? If that means you have to field a bunch of school kids in Denmark, then so be it. And watch it cost you your spot in the top tier and get replaced by France. No, watch it happen. That's now on you. It's now on you, Austria. Okay? You can choose to basically sort yourselves out and get your act together and actually treat these players like human beings, or you can carry on treating us like vermin and see your position in the world crumble. You choose. You choose. Right, you know what? I think we should go and have that biscuit. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just call it quits, because I feel like this is making us feel angry, and I think you can tell by watching and listening. So I think, you know what? Let's close the book and go and get that biscuit. Yeah. So thank you so much for this. Next time, take care. Don't couple the freeze.